The future of the modern Broadway era was secured with the opening of the Gershwin Theater in 1972 by the Nederlander organization. Originally named the Uris, it was intended for large-scale musical productions.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
For Angela Lansbury, the chance to star, even briefly, in the year-and-a-half run of The King and I at the Gershwin gave her the opportunity to work with one of its creators, Richard Rodgers.
And he said that he would work with me every rehearsal and teach me every word. I said, I can't not take advantage of that. That's a wonderful opportunity. So I decided to do it, even though I was only going to do it for 3 weeks. I did it for 3 weeks.
In 1979, Angela Lansbury returned to the Gershwin to star in one of its biggest hits, the Stephen Sondheim classic, Sweeney Todd.
These are probably the worst pies in London.
This was an unexpected opportunity, and I read it and I thought, this is incredible. This is the most unusual and innovative and different kind of musical. That it's an opera. This is going to take some real stuff, you know. It was everything one would hope to get out of doing a great Broadway show.
The Gershwin Theater was built inside a skyscraper with a corporate modern exterior. The interior was designed by theater architect Ralph Alswang.
Alswang had enormous experience with theater interiors. He had been an architect of theaters. He did a lot of scenic design, and he created a dynamic interior that would work for contemporary theater.
Alswang's design gave the Gershwin enhanced seating, excellent sightlines, and state-of-the-art acoustics.
Comfort means a lot to audiences. And to go up an escalator into an open lobby, to sit in seats that have real legroom and that have stadium seating and great views, for most audiences, that's a great experience.
In 1983, during the annual Tony Awards ceremony, the Uris Theater was renamed after composer George Gershwin and his brother, lyricist Ira Gershwin, in honor of their extraordinary contribution to musical theater.
Won't you all join in welcoming Broadway's newest theater, the Gershwin?
20 years later, in 2003, the Gershwin welcomed what would become one of the biggest hits on Broadway, Wicked, a musical that invents a backstory for the classic, The Wizard of Oz.
The wizard will see you now!
Initially, the size of the Gershwin was daunting for everyone.
It was bigger than we wanted, and it made us a little nervous.
This is what we say in show business, a barn. You have to play to the back of the house. There has to be a show of substance. You need a set. This is a huge theater.
And it was really our set designer, Eugene Lee, who had worked at the Gershwin and really understood the space, that I think made Wicked work at the Gershwin.
I live in a great clutter in my studio, and we just took a good clock. I'm not kidding. We just pulled it off the wall one day and just tossed it down the stairs, you know? And springs and sockets and everything went everywhere. I thought, clock like clock. And so there's a lot of things that move around on this show that are based on clock gears. Doesn't sound terribly original now, but it certainly solved the problem at the time for me.
And it was the day after we opened in the dressing room with my co-star that I explained and knew that I was a part of something that would go down in history, because there's nobody that can't relate, because it's a love story. It's their friendship.
I hope you're happy.
I knew that people were going to respond to the relationship, and it was going to be a major hit.
Though its history is short when compared to the century-old theaters of the district, the Gershwin has forged its own identity and earned its place on Broadway.
Oh, I looked at the stage and I just still can't believe that it seems like yesterday and yet 1,000 years.